Can you hear me, right?
It is audible.
Okay, yes, thank you. So let's start, guys. So in the previous session, we discussed about the intercompany netting process and the intercompany netting process, guys. So today's session, let's discuss various components in that. The pending topics in the core accounting, guys. Okay, so pending topics in the core accounting. So the example we are discussing so in the previous session about the intercompany. So today let's discuss about the outstanding accounting, guys. Outstanding account. Okay, outstanding expenses. See, outstanding expenses is nothing but the expenses which is already incurred, payment is not done, and invoice is generated generated generated. Payment due date is cost. So such expenses as outstanding outstanding expenses. The expenses which has been already incurred, the payment is not done, invoice is already generated. So those expenses are called as outstanding expenses, guys. See, let me give you two scenarios. I'm expecting the answer from your end. Scenario one, salary payment due date is 30 or 31st of every month. Every month. So, Jan month salary not paid. Scenario one, guys. So, the next scenario is salary payment due date is 5th of next month. Of next month. So, Jan month salary not paid. So tell me, in which cases we need to book as accrual, in which cases we need to book as outstanding, guys. So which cases we need to take it as an accrual, which we need to take it as a outstanding.
30,
Yes.
31st is
Scenario one and scenario two. So what is the meaning of accrued expenses, guys?
Accrual expenses is expenses incurred and the payment is not done and the invoices is not generated.
We,
That kind of expenses are accrual
we
expenses.
have still due date in the outstanding accrued expenses. What is the meaning of outstanding expenses? The expenses which has been incurred, payment is not done, and invoice is generated, and payment due date is also crossed. So tell me, in this scenario, when is the due date?
Due date is
30,
30 and 31st.
30 or 31st of every month. So did the Jan month payment is done?
no,
Not yet done.
So then it is to be an outstanding or accrual expenses.
outstanding.
It's outstanding.
It's an outstanding. So outstanding expenses. See, outstanding salary this is. Okay, outstanding salary. So in the second scenario, there is a payment due date is when it is 5th of next month, that is February 5th. So did the payment is made in the month of January? No. So is it an outstanding or accrued expenses?
It's accrued.
It's an accrued expenses, guys. Okay, so understand the two differences between outstanding and accrued expenses. Outstanding is nothing but the expenses which is already been incurred, payment is not done, invoices generated, payment due date is already crossed. So such expenses are called as outstanding expenses. Yes, when we need to categorize the outstanding, if the payment is not done on time and the invoice is already generated and the due date is also crossed. So those are called as outstanding expenses, guys. Yes, understand? It's clear the meaning of outstanding. Okay. See, the journal entry outstanding expenses is a before stepping into the journal entry. Outstanding expenses is a current liability. So what is the meaning of current liability, guys? The liability which company has to make the payment within a 1 year
Within
of.
a year of.
That is the reason we are treating this as the outstanding expenses. So the journal entry for outstanding expenses. The journal entry for outstanding expenses. So expenses account debit to outstanding expenses. Expenses account debit to outstanding expenses. So expenses account debit to outstanding expenses. Expenses account debit to outstanding expenses. So while making the payment, outstanding expenses account debit to bank account. Outstanding expenses account debit to bank account. Okay, outstanding expenses account debit to bank account. See example, ABC company salary for the ABC company and ABC company employee salary for the month of Jan 25, Jan 26, 1 lakh. Payment is not done due to due to due to account block error. Account block error of the employee. Payment made to employee on 15th of February. 15th February 2025, 2026 in the next cycle. Okay. So see guys, even in the companies, so knowingly or unknowingly, if your account is blocked, company is trying to initiate the automatic payment. Did your bank account will accept the. So due to some fraud, the bank has been locked your bank account. So did the company will accept the payments?
No,
Yes, did company will accept the payments, guys?
no,
No.
not actually.
So in such cases, the company has to make the payment when 31st of every month, but the payment is not made. So what is the error due to? The employee bank account is being kept on hold or blocked. So due to that, there is a block error. So due to that, the company is not accepting the payments. So in the month of January, what is the entry to be recorded here? Salary account debit, 1 lakh to outstanding salary.
Outstanding.
Outstanding salary account. So in the month of February 15th, outstanding salary account debit to bank account. Outstanding salary debit to bank account. Okay. Outstanding salary account debit to bank. Okay. Let's understand. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So while making the payment, outstanding salary account debit to bank account is the okay. So this is about the outstanding expenses, guys. This is about the outstanding expenses. Okay. So this is about the outstanding expenses. So now let's discuss about outstanding revenue. Outstanding revenue. The amount which is earned but payment is not received. Invoice is already generated. Invoice is already generated. Okay. And due date is also crossed. So crossed. Such revenues are called as outstanding revenue. Outstanding revenue. So the amount which is earned, the payment is not done, invoices are not generated due to the payment is not done, invoice is not generated, invoice is generated, due date is crossed. So such revenues are called as outstanding revenue, outstanding revenue, outstanding revenue. Guys. See, example, two different scenarios, guys. Two different scenarios. So scenario one. So assume you are working with SDFC credit card. Which company you are working with? You are working with a company called as, even in SDFC, we have auto process, guys. So scenario one. So assume your credit card due date is credit card credit card due date is you have to make the payment on 30th 30th every month. What is the due date, guys? 30th every month. So when the statement will be generated, statement will be generated 15 days before, generated on Jan 15th. Okay. So amount of 40,000 payment is not made till today. So what is the today's date? 23rd. And the scenario two. So credit card due date is due date is 15th of every month. 15th of every month. That means January month statement, and statement will be generated on Jan 30 or 30th. 30 or 30th. So 40,000 payment made on 15th February. 15th February. See guys. So the first case is example, you are working with a HDFC company. Okay. You're working with a HDFC credit card department, guys. Okay. So the scenario one is there is a one customer credit card due for for 30th of every credit card due date is 30th of every month. So statement will be generated on Jan 15th. So till today, the payment is not done. So for company, SDFC company, it's an outstanding or of accruals, guys. For SDFC company, it's an outstanding or accruals, guys.
Accruals.
Sorry.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yes, which company it is, or what it is.
Outstanding.
Yeah. So for accrual, for For HDFC company, if the payment is not made till today, it is an outstanding revenue, guys. Outstanding revenue. So if the payment is made on time, there is no any transactions to be recorded. On January 31st, what entry we will record? January 30th, we will record it as the accrued revenue, guys. Accrued revenue. Accrued revenue. Is clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, bro.
So what outstanding revenue is a outstanding revenue is a current asset. Outstanding revenue is a current asset. So what is the journal entry for outstanding outstanding revenue? Outstanding revenue. So the journal entry for outstanding revenue is outstanding revenue account debit. Revenue account debit to revenue. So once we receive the money, bank account debit to outstanding revenue account. Outstanding revenue account. See example, ABC company credit card bill from customer for the month of Jan 2026, 40,000 received on 23rd of January. 23rd of January. So in the books of ABC company, so what is the entry to be recorded? Outstanding, outstanding revenue on credit card services. Account debit 40,000 to revenue on credit card services. Credit card services 40,000. So assume you are working with a HDFC credit card. So once money is received, bank account debit 40,000 to outstanding outstanding revenue on credit card services. Yes, understand, guys? So guys, nowadays very rare cases the outstanding has been happening in the current environment. So because even if it does not make the credit card payment or any kind of payment, what is happening? It is impacting the civil score, correct? So same way, the companies will maintain the 100% on-time payments because if they wish to make the payment to vendor, if they wish to make the payment to any kind of taxes or any kind of scenarios, the companies are fed up with the huge penalties and also they are engaged with lot of losses. So in order to eradicate this kind of errors, the companies are maintaining a trackers and a proper tracking system to make the payment on time. Well, if the payment is not made on time, that is an escalation. So in order to reduce this kind of scenarios, so there is a rare cases outstanding is happening in the current environment, guys. Okay. So this is about the outstanding, guys. It's for the, just for the and let's see what is what are the various like uh, related to correlated to this topic. What are the various scenarios for the bad debts? Okay, so correlated to this particular topic, bad debts. So what is the meaning of bad debts? Bad debts is nothing but bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable debts from the debtors. So bad debts is a loss. Bad debts is a loss to company. Loss to company. So what is the journal entry for bad debts? Journal entry for bad debts. So if it is a loss, we need to debit or we need to credit this?
Debit.
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 And who need to be credited? Debtors.
Debtor.
Bad debts account debit to debtors. What is the meaning of debtors, guys? The person whom debtors is also called as whom? Debtors is also called as customers, guys. The person or company to whom we need to receive the receive the money. Receive the money for for credit sales or credit services. The person to whom we need to receive the money, guys. Okay, those are called as debtors. So if any amount is being not recoverable, so those money will be called as bad debts. Bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable debts from the debtors is called bad debts. So bad debts is a loss to the company. Bad debts is a loss to the company, guys. The person to whom we need to receive the money for credit sales or credit services. So those are called as bad debts. Bad debts is a loss to the company. The bad debts is nothing but unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Okay, unrecoverable debts from the debtors. Bad debts is a loss to the company. The person or company to whom we need to receive the money for the credit services or credit sales or credit services. So, example, see, example, example, ABC company sold goods on credit basis, goods on credit basis to the customer XYZ on 1st September 2024, 2025 for 1 lakh rupees. 1 lakh rupees. So customer paid 50,000 on 10th November 2026, 2025. Okay. And remaining balance not yet received. Not yet received. So before understanding this reason, what is the reasons for bad debts, guys? So why the customers will not make the payment? Can any guess, guys? The reasons for bad debts?
Maybe they had loss.
Reasons for bad debts. Example, you bought one product from Flipkart or somewhere. Don't take out Flipkart. You have good relationship one of the shopkeeper. You bought one product. That product is defective. Did you make the payment?
No.
No.
Did you make the payment, guys? But the shopkeeper is asking, no, whenever it is there with me, it is very good. But I'm not sure why it is not been happening. Will you make the payment for that? With you're unsatisfied, will you make the payment for that case?
No.
No.
The reason might be due to quality issues. The reason for bad debts in the company is due to very important technical question, guys. Why the customers will not make the payment related to quality issues with goods and services what we provided. Okay, and see example, you asked one, there is a AC repair in your home. You asked one vendor who is supplying, who is providing the services. He came and he installed, so it is worked for 2 hours. Again, it is not being. You told that I will make the payment tomorrow, but the particular vendor is not coming and getting repaired again. Will you make the payment for that?
No.
No. So this is one of the cases, and another case might be billing errors and or pricing discrepancies, pricing disagreements. So example, while purchasing the asset or anything, we made an agreement that you need to supply for 10,000, but he billed for 15,000. Will you make the payment for that? No.
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 So this is one of the case. And another case might be there is a one. So nowadays, how the companies, like while giving the goods on credit also, the companies are checking the credit policy, whether the customer is able to make the payment or not. So suppose one customer, we sold the goods, selling the goods on credit basis without checking the proper credit checks. Selling on credit without proper credit checks. Okay, so we while making the sales to a customer, guys, nowadays even if you want to give 1 or 2 times, they can give the goods on credit. But the second time, without checking your like ability to make the payment or not, will the companies will sell? No. But here the company made a sale of goods on credit without checking the proper credit score. Okay, this is one of the reason, guys. And the particular customer went into bankrupt. What is the meaning of bankrupt, guys? Or insolvency? What is the meaning of insolvency? So in our villages, we used to tell that IP, insolvency petition. What it means, guys?
I
The person who has taken the goods on credit, he met with a lot of losses in the business, and he kept the IP. That means he is not willing to pay the money. Will you receive the money from such kind of people, guys?
No.
no.
So we have very losses, but we sold the goods. After n number of follow-ups, the customer is not responding, and the company or the customer went into bankrupt or insolvency. But we decided that that money will not be received in the future. Okay, yes, understand? Yes, understand, guys?
Yes.
So, and the rare cases is poor collection process. Poor collection process. That means, example, you have credit card due on 2nd of every month, guys. Will you receive a call from HDFC on 10th or 25th or 26th, or will you receive the messages or not, guys? Yes, will you receive the messages or not?
Yeah, I will receive.
We will receive, but the company poor collection process due to delayed follow-ups. We need to receive the money. We need to follow up with the customer, but delayed follow-ups on receivable is also one of the case, or lack of proper reminder system. So even you are engaged with multiple payments, but the customer is willing to pay, but we did not remind it. So even that also a reason. And another case might be fake customers. Fake customers. Okay, fake customers. Okay, yes. So these are the various things of a bad debts, guys. What is the reasons of bad debts? One is quality issues and billing errors, selling on credit without proper credit check, IP, that is insolvency, and poor collection process and fake customers. Is clear? Can you elaborate me what are the various reasons for bad debts in the company? Why the customers will not make the payment? Okay, is one of the technical question. You can give any 1 or 2, that's more than enough, guys. Okay, you can tell that the customer has insufficient funds, or so it is the credit score is very less, and the poor collection process, or selling on credit without checking the proper credit check. Okay, so these are the various things which you can answer to the interview, guys. Clear, guys? Understood?
Yes, bro.
So what is the journal entry for? See, in these cases, while making the goods on credit basis, 1st September, what is the entry we will record, guys? 1st September, what is the entry we will record? To whom we
Bad
are
debts
making
of
this?
100.
ABC company account return sales account.
To whom we are making a sales customer XYZ. Customer XYZ account debit to sales account.
XYZ is a customer.
Yeah,
Sales
sales account.
account. ABC account.
So we received the money on when 10th November 2025. So what is the money we received?
50,000.
50,000. If we receive the money, what is the amount?
Bank.
50,000.
So 50,000 to XYZ account. So what is the pending balance of XYZ till?
50,000.
50,000.
So the customer told that I am not going to pay you money because the 50,000 of worth goods are not up to the mark. There is a lot of damages. So, and company decided to move to that bad debts. So what is the total sales? What is the total profit here? 1 lakh. Okay. Out of that, what is the money we received? 50,000. This 50,000 is a loss. If it is a loss on assume 123rd, we got a confirmation. So what is the entry we need to record if it is a loss? Bad debts,
Bad debts account debit.
50,000 to XYZ account. XYZ account, guys. It's clear? It's clear?
Clear.
So this is about the bad debts, guys. This is about the bad debts. Okay, this is about the bad debts. So the next question is provision for bad debts. Provision for bad debts. So provision for bad debts is an estimated amount. See, there is a concept of provision. So what is the meaning of provision? An amount which is kept aside to meet the uncertain liabilities in the future. Liabilities in the future. The amount which is kept aside to meet the an amount which is kept aside to meet the uncertain liabilities in the future is called as provision. Okay. So provision is nothing but an amount which is kept aside to meet the uncertain liabilities in the future is called provision. Okay. So provision for bad debts. Provision for bad debts. So what is the meaning of provision is the amount which is kept aside from the profit. So example, we got some profit, under that we get some amount to meet uncertain things. Uncertain in the sense, in future something might happen. To recover from that thing, the company will keep some uncertain liability amount. So that amount will be called as provision. So what is the meaning of provision for bad debts? It is an estimated amount of, it is an estimated amount set aside from profit to cover expected losses from the customers who may not pay their dues in the future. So while making the sales itself, the companies will create some provisions. Example, they made a sales to 10 crores. Out of the 10 crores, the company created 10% of provision. Why out of 10 crores? What is the 10%? Like around 1 crore it is. So that amount will be treated as provision for bad debts. So why provision is created? Why provision is created? Okay, provision for bad debts is created. So and to avoid sudden impact of profit, sudden impact on profit when actual bad debts occur. Bad debts occur is the main reason, guys. See, guys, example, they're selling a various goods on daily basis, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, like that. So will all the customers will pay to the company, guys? Will all the customers will pay to the company? Will all the customers will pay?
Not really.
No. So to recover from such kind of losses, the companies will create a provision. So while making the sales, company showed 10 lakhs and they created a provision of 1 lakh rupees. So the company's will revenue will show only 9 lakhs, not 10 lakhs, because 1 lakh amount is been reduced to create a provision. Why this 1 lakh is reduced? To recover from such kind of financial losses in the future. So to avoid sudden impact on profit when actual bad debts is occurred. So that is the reason the provisions are created, guys. And provision for bad debts is a liability account, guys. Provision for bad debts is a liability account. Provision for bad debts is a liability account, guys. So while creating provision for bad debts, provision for bad debts. So while creating the provision, what entry we will record? So when the profit is coming, when the revenue is coming, is it debit or credit, guys? Credit. But while reducing the profit, we need to debit or credit. Debit all expenses.
Debit.
Profit and loss account debit to provision for bad debts. Provision for bad debts. So when bad debts, when the bad debts write off, when the bad debts actually occur, when the bad debts actually occur. Okay, so if we have the provision, so in earlier cases we debited the bad debts and credited the debtors. If you have a provision, we will debit that provision for bad debts account debit to debtors account. Debtors account. Provision for bad debts account debit to debtors account. Okay, so this is the entry we will record. It's clear.
Yes.
This will be taken care by the high level people, guys. But for your knowledge purpose and interview purpose, what is the bad debts and what is the provision for bad debts? See, recently one interviewer in Infosys on last Saturday, he asked one simple question, guys. So debtors closing balance is 500 and cash sales made in a month is 1,000 rupees and credit sales made in the month, credit sales made in a month is 800. Amount received from customers, customer for credit sales is 400. Can you create a provision of 10%? What is the amount? The same question he asked the question, guys. Okay. What is the amount? Is there any expected answer? Any guess, guys? So what is the debtor closing balance, guys?
500.
500.
So if you make a credit sales, did it will be added to the debtors or it will not add?
It will not add
It will not add because
because it's a credit.
receiving the money on time. Why we need to add to debtors? No. And again, we made a credit sales. How much amount?
800.
800.
800 rupees. It will be added or reduced, guys.
It will be added.
What is the total debtor balance?
1,300.
1,300.
And the next transaction is amount received from customer. What is the money we received?
400.
400.
400. So if you receive the 400, what is the money total outstanding balance there?
900.
900.
So on 900, what is the percentage they told?
10%.
10 percentage.
90
So
rupees.
why this 10% is created? To reduce the unexpected losses in the future. So what is the money here? What is the
90
provision?
rupees.
90 rupees.
90.
This is the provision. Provision for. So out of 900, they're reducing 90 and they're showing only 810 rupees as a revenue. The remaining 90 rupees is kept aside to meet the uncertain liabilities in the future. Is understand this?
Understood.
Is understand?
Yes.
So like this kind of scenario based questions, many times we can expect in the interviews, guys. Okay. So they will like in the Infosys interview, they given the same kind of question here. Okay. So your data closing balance is 500. You made a credit sales. So don't compare any credit sales while considering the bad debts. Okay. So sorry, cash sales. Don't consider the cash sales, guys, not credit sales. Okay. So on credit sales is 800. So 500 plus 800. 1,300. Under that, what is the money we received? 400. So the remaining left out balance is 900. 9 into 10 percentage. 90 rupees is the provision for bad debts, guys. Clear? Understand, guys?
Yeah, understood.
Any doubts?
Yeah, got it.
No doubts.
So like this, the scenario based questions will come, guys. Okay. So provision. So today topics mainly on the outstanding, guys. Outstanding is nothing but the money which is not being received. Okay. The money which has been earned but not received. Okay. So by this, we ended up with the core accounting, guys. From tomorrow, we will try to start with the hardware model, guys. Okay. Any doubts, guys?
No, sir. Clear.
Yes. One is asking something. Okay, guys, no problem. So, guys, we already uploaded the resumes in last week. So, few people from this same batch already attended, and few people already selected. Few people got offered. Few people are yet to receive the offer letters, guys. Okay. So, I think 4 to 5 offer letters from this batch we can expect by this particular week. Okay. And the few people still not uploaded. That's a bad thing. Don't be neglected, guys. If you're neglecting, I'm sure what is the aim you join for this course is waste. Okay. Everyone is joined to get a good job. Your ambition to get a good job. Okay. Few people already had to improve their packages. Few people already does not have job to get a good job. So everything will get vanished. Okay. So without doing the follow-up and without doing the continuous efforts from your side, the job will not come, guys. As I specified many times, once you get any HR numbers, kindly paste into the group so that it will help for the others. So follow up in the same pattern that will help you a lot and lot to get a good job, guys. Okay, don't neglect. I'm requesting. So kindly upload the people who did not upload it. If any doubts, feel free to reach out to me. If I'm not getting responded to because of interviews, you can message me at any one or the other time, guys. I will try to get it responded. Okay. Sure. Yes, clear.
Okay.
Sure, guys. Thank you.